Hello, and welcome to episode 7 of the Wii U 5. You know, playing Donkey Kong Country Tropical Freeze really made me feel like Donkey Kong. In hindsight, I pretty much looked like a pedophile running through the park with a smile on my face and 10 balloons in tow. Then I shortly thereafter approached random kids and handed them a balloon. Fixed! Donkey Kong Country Tropical Freeze is the latest entry in the DKC series revival from Retro Studios. Retro Studios stated they had ideas they weren't able to put into DKC Returns on the Wii, and some of those ideas definitely show up, namely in the form of a much stronger 2.5D presence, emphasis on the 0.5D. DKC Tropical Freeze's gameplay is difficult, and definitely intended for seasoned Nintendo gamers. Even though I'm from the Ghosts and Goblins era, I can tell you that this game will definitely test your platforming skills. The controls are fine, for the most part, with a few questionable choices such as the same button being used to mash the ground or roll while in motion, which can cause you to accidentally roll off the ledge instead of smashing the ground. However, what really shines is the absolutely phenomenal polish of the physics. Not only does Donkey Kong feel entirely different than everyone's favorite plumber, but also provides such a difference that the only thing they have in common is being Nintendo exclusive. Donkey Kong feels heavy, and in turn requires more precision from the player, and this is communicated perfectly, giving Mario veterans an entirely different challenge. Toss in the mix of Donkey Kong's 3 partners in crime and their unique moves, levels that require precision, and you've got a game that will most likely frustrate many, but bring absolute joy to self-proclaimed platforming masters such as myself. The return of Rambi is also a treat, though it makes me beg to have the return of more animal buddies. In terms of content, this is where DKC Tropical Freeze might disappoint some. There are 6 main worlds, and of course secret levels and completion bonus levels. However, all of this combined still dramatically shies in comparison to the amazing amount of content in Super Mario 3D World. Going from Super Mario 3D World to DKC Tropical Freeze is going to be jarring from a content perspective. Nintendo fairly reduced the price of this game to $50 instead of the usual $60 to compensate for this, no doubt knowing this ahead of time. If you were expecting an epic adventure of massive proportions, this is not that game. DKC Tropical Freeze's main quest can be completed in a single day. The main quest took me a meager 7 hours. The good news is that going back for all of the items and finding the secret exits will easily more than double this time. This game is, instead, a long-form challenge mode. Long boss fights and large levels are what this game is about. Don't be fooled by the side-scrolling nature of the game. Some levels are large enough to have potentially been the start of a 3D Donkey Kong game. Furthermore, the game has a small bit of collectibles, which are cool to view once or twice, but then soon fade from memory. Though, it is really cool to see the fur up close, which leads me to my next topic. The graphics are better than trailers would have you believe. While the game could have had dynamic shadows and global illumination, what the game lacks in graphics tech it makes up for with solid level design and art, as well as fluid animations. It oftentimes puts the highly regarded Rayman Legends to shame, giving a very solid, cartoon-like appearance while remaining entirely rendered in 3D, instead of being a 2D sprite polygon hybrid like Rayman Legends. Also, as mentioned a moment ago, a fur is more convincing than videos would have you think, and though viewing it up close is a one-trick pony, it's not often you see animals so lovingly detailed. While the rest of the gaming world is drooling over realistic hair, Retro Studios took some time to give us a reason to look at animal fur. Lastly, David Wise returns as a composer in DKC Tropical Freeze, and despite most songs being remixes of either the main theme or older DKC songs, the tunes are catchy, clean, and remind us how important music can still be when done correctly. DKC Tropical Freeze is a perfectly polished, highly difficult, lovingly crafted, yet short adventure. Retro Studios has effectively brought DKC into the modern HD era, though as a 2.5D platformer. While its only real flaw may be that it doesn't do anything new besides add a half dimension to the last entry, it does what it sets out to do with absolute mastery. I give DKC Tropical Freeze a 9 out of 10. That's it for today. Facebook, Twitter, subscribe, you know what to do. See you next time on the Wii U 5.